guys, it's Rael Klein. You're watching Rael Reviews, and today I'll be reviewing Season 14, Episode 12 of Supernatural. Kind of like the last episode of Supernatural, there are parts I liked and there's parts I didn't like. Definitely my mom, so even though I have a TV, I don't have cable. The TV is actually for show. We never use the TV. I think maybe one time me and my friends hooked up my computers as a TV to watch Netflix. But it doesn't work. It's just for show. So my mom was actually watching it while it premiered, and halfway through she texted me. She was like, I can't watch this anymore. It's creepy. Too creepy for me. Which definitely it was, but I feel like Supernatural have done stuff that's worse. I mean, I forgot what season, but there was this episode where they killed a dog. And I think one of my high school friends, her sister used to watch, but then after that, she couldn't watch Supernatural anymore. So Supernatural has done stuff worse. So definitely the parts I didn't like was the Nick part. I thought we were done. I thought we were over it. Definitely, I thought last episode we were done. He got arrested. I'm 100% sure we're not going to see him in the 300th episode. I'm just really hoping, so maybe I'm 99% sure, but I really don't think we're going to see him, but I think later on in the season we're going to see him, but I'm done with it. I don't want it anymore. We do not care. We are over it. We are done, and we feel like this Lucifer storyline is over with. Michael's now, even though we don't really like Michael because he's possessing Dean, we kind of like Michael possessing Dean, but we also don't want it to happen. But it's now, and Lucifer and Nick are over. So of course Nick gets away, and I guess it's kind of true with the psychology of characters and everything that he would now want Lucifer, and he would want Lucifer to possess him. And there's a parallel to that of what Michael was saying to Dean, that Dean wanted Michael to possess him because he didn't want his life anymore. Which I don't think that's true, but maybe somewhere deep down Dean is just I don't want to do this anymore, but it's kind of in a way where he just doesn't exist. He doesn't necessarily want Michael to take over. Wait, I'm done with the next storyline. I don't want it anymore. I don't want to see it anymore. But I know we are, but I want it to be done. Also, another thing is that a lot of other shows do it, and I was kind of upset that the Supernatural writers really did it, but I think it was also kind of necessary where they have parallels to the main storyline happening to the other storylines, definitely with this guy, and he's my older brother, he was 4 months older and he died, and Dean and Sam look at each other because Dean's going to die, and the fact that losing a brother, and then the whole thing with Donatello, that even though he was at this kind of state, he never gave up and he came out the other end, and definitely they did that so they could parallel. Definitely they were we need a 300th episode for Gene to be fine and everything to be okay, so we need him to be I'm not gonna kill myself at the end. And so they were how can we bring other characters in? And yeah, so that whole storyline there, it was somewhere in the middle where I'm it was okay. Yeah, it was okay. Definitely it was creepy, but I thought it was okay. Supernatural got renewed for season 15. I'm so surprised that happened. I kind of have a theory that season 16 is going to be the last, even though I don't want it to be the last. But I kind of have a deep down feeling, so we'll see if I'm right. I don't think season 15 is the last. I think they would announce it ahead of time, but again, they just announced it got renewed, so there's a chance that Comic-Con they'll announce that it's over. We were told that there was a big turning point between Dean and Cass in this episode, and there really wasn't. All they did was glaze in each other's eyes, which they do in every episode that they're in, so it really wasn't a turning point. We were also told that Jensen had this scene that was amazing that made everyone cry. Oh, let me get back to that. So first thing first is that the first opening scene, Dean is in the coffin, and you're already panicking. You're he's already down there? I was crying, and he was so scared. He was scared, and he was crying. That made me cry, and I was I don't know if you've ever seen him be this scared before. It's kind of scary how scared he is. Oh my god. But he was fine, and it was just a dream. Nightmare is all in his head. But getting back to what I was saying before, we were told that there was a scene that Jensen did so beautifully that the cast started crying, the crew started crying, and they lied. It was Jared in that scene, and Jared was amazing, and Jared does not get enough love because he was so powerful and he was so amazing. I think maybe the reason they said that was because Jared had that powerful monologue. He was so amazing. When he punched Dean, I was like, bro. I was like, yes, but like, no. And I was like, yes, oh. And I think when the people, the crew started crying, it's when Dean started like responding to him. But it wasn't Jensen who like took that scene and made it so powerful. It was Jared, and he did Sam so well and so emotional. So Jared, we applaud you. We applaud you. We applaud you. Where is your Oscar? It's really an Emmys because it's a show, but like there's a lot of like stuff going on. We're like, where's Jensen's Oscar? But in here, where's Jared Oscar? So of course this is something that's gonna come back, but later in the season, and we have the 300th episode tomorrow. I did originally, so the time travel thing, so I'm really confused by the trailer, like what this episode's gonna be about, but it seems fun, and I love fun episodes of Supernatural. The theory that like Cass is gonna come back from the past, but maybe he kind of is in a way, but it's not really time travel. It's just like, well, I wonder how it's going to happen, but we're going to just have to watch. I did come up with a new theory that, like, now that John's going to be back, what if Michael possesses John, and then John throws himself in the ocean, and that's, like, his sacrifice to his sons, and it's really emotional at the end, and maybe that's him saying goodbye. And I was like, wow, maybe that could be true, because it's, like, bloodlines and stuff. So I really wonder if that could be the case. I think that's a really good theory because it's a way to get rid of Michael. But then again, I'm like, they're not going to get rid of Michael until like the end of the season when it becomes this huge big thing. But I think that would be an amazing sacrifice. I don't even know if they're going to bring up the whole Michael thing or Dean like about to put himself in the ocean in the 300th episode, maybe because they want it to be light and funny. So we'll see. So overall, this episode, amazing scene at the end. Really great. I also loved seeing Cass and that doctor. Oh, that was a blessing seeing him as that. Blessing. So I don't really know how it was just, I don't know, it was just like kind of weird episode. Like I definitely wouldn't show this episode to someone to like get their interest into Supernatural, but it did. The ending was more powerful than the beginning, and I think maybe it would have been a better episode if Nick was over. I also was like, where's Jack this episode? But is Jack gonna be in the 300th? I don't know, I should look that up. Oh, but I had this really great idea that now that this is season 15, I kind of wanted them to do like French Mistake part 2, and this time it's like, oh my god, Sam, you're married to Ruby, and oh my god, Dean, you're married to Sister Joe, and like maybe their kids too. I don't know. Maybe it's just their wives. But I thought it would be really cool and interesting. I don't know. I think they should do something fun for 15 because 15's, I think, another milestone, I would guess. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. My critique, but not really my critique, just my emotions spilled out about Supernatural. Really excited for next week. I have to like mentally prepare myself before every episode and then like calm myself after it's over. So but thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Yeah. This is Row Klein with Row Reviews, and I just reviewed season 14, episode 12 of Supernatural. So, bye.